In its Future of Jobs report, the World Economic Forum mentions 15 top skills that you should have by 2025, so it's just the right time to start developing them. But wait, do you have the same problem as I have with this list? Doesn't it look like a collection of random buzzwords? Those fluffy skills about which you say, I have those, but can you really tell the difference between them? Vaguely? I'll translate the list for you and ask you questions so that you can check where you stand. Plus, I'll give you lots of tips for developing these skills. Can you identify problems? Can you collect data around a problem and put it in a format that makes analysis easy? Can you identify the most probable cause of the problem, sometimes using methods for verification? Can you break down the problem into small, manageable parts? Can you come up with new ideas for solutions and evaluate them to select the most effective option? Expose yourself to situations in which you need to apply those skills. Take problem-based and project-based courses, even if they're from other domains. Join a student project group, start an extracurricular project yourself, or take on a challenging home project like making your own furniture. Are you aware that there are many learning techniques? How many have you actively tried for learning and retaining content more efficiently? How do you read, organize information, and manage your time? Do you use the newest tools and technologies for learning? What are your learning strategies for different situations? Where do you get your information from? Try out different learning techniques for different situations in college. Experiment with time management and productivity improvement methods. Read books and articles about self-improvement. Try out modern tools to organize information and to manage yourself. It's likely that you'll have to use some of these tools in your job. Compared to simple problems, complex problems address a bigger scope. For example, managing climate change. But also dealing with treatment of a difficult mental or physical disease is a complex problem. Many other factors come into play, like social factors. The situation can change. There's several potential solutions, and there's no definite right or wrong. You must constantly measure, reconsider, and optimize. Even though there are methods to address complex problems, this skill requires experience to develop a sense for the many potential factors involved. You can take part in a very challenging student project like a competition or a social project for the community. Move up to a leading role. Participate in a hackathon that focuses on big problems like developing solutions for climate change management. Take a leading role in one of your next project-based class projects. Also, take a free online course to get an overview of the methods used for complex problem solving. Analytical thinking focuses on facts and breaking down problems. Critical thinking involves a more holistic view on the problem. Are you a good observer? Can you ask questions to gather the right information? How well can you weigh different options and evaluate solutions and make conclusions? Learn about mindfulness, questioning, journaling, and active listening with online courses, self-development books, and other online sources. In your project, internship, or student job, actively practice these methods. Creativity seems to be something natural, but it's a skill that can be trained and there's a process to it. You want your brain to make unusual connections. To come up with meaningful results, you need knowledge, skills, and motivation. Plus, you need to take initiative to follow your ideas. So, do you often think outside the box when approaching a problem? Are your ideas practical? Can you combine all shapes and colors of a problem situation to come up with new, original solutions? Do you simply throw out ideas, or are you willing to push your ideas forward with a plan, hard work, and communication? Participate in projects that require creative thinking and unconventional solutions like hackathons and business competitions. Take courses and read books about the creative process. Pursue a hobby that forces you to be creative. Read about unfamiliar topics to gain new perspectives. Have you led people? Or have you consciously observed good leadership? How do you deal with group members on the same level of hierarchy? Are you able to guide them or direct them? Are you someone who's cooperative when being led? Are you familiar with modern leadership techniques? Can you inspire people but also be a good listener? Read books about leadership and dealing with people. Take problem-based and project-based courses or join a student project. Participate in hackathons and business competitions. You can also volunteer in social projects to learn working with people with other professions and cultural backgrounds. At some point, step up to a leading role to get experience from that perspective. Speaking of social influence, please share this video with your classmates and college friends if you think the content is going to help them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. How comfortable are you with technology? Can you adapt to software tools quickly? Do you know what tools and equipment are needed to do a job? Do you know how to monitor data and control equipment and systems? This goes for almost all domains, whether you're a doctor, a teacher, or an engineer. There will be more devices that collect data, thus more data that needs to be analyzed. Inform yourself about the newest tools in your industry by subscribing to relevant social media feeds. Watch short online tutorials about those new tools and try them out if you think they're relevant. Use digital tools to create the habit of organizing yourself digitally. You can also start taking free online courses on data analysis. Programming skills aren't only relevant for engineers. Software surrounds our lives in every single industry. Knowing how software works enables you to use software more efficiently and adapt the tools to your needs. Maybe you just need to set up a simple website or set up an accounting system. Of course, you can hire someone to do these things. Still, it helps to communicate your requirements better if you know the basics. Take free online courses in programming. Do simple projects in your free time. Participate in a hackathon with a focus on software prototyping. Can you cope with uncertainties? How do you react to difficult situations? Do you curse and stop acting? Or do you look forward positively to a challenge? Can you endure periods of extreme stress without burning out? Do you react consciously to critical situations with other people, or do you react with an impulse? Do you seek help if you don't feel well, or do you suck it all in? Do you need a strict work-life balance, or can you live with working in distributed teams in different time zones? Read books about stress management. Learn about meditation and living a healthy lifestyle. Participate in any type of project with challenging tasks and deadlines. Can you provide good reasoning for a decision that you made, or do you feel that people around you don't understand you when you're trying to make a point? Are you able to put your problems, ideas, and options in a good visual or verbal format that helps to transfer the message? Learn about reasoning. Learn how to communicate thoughts in a structured way. Expose yourself to teamwork in projects that require decision making. The study at hand focuses on emotional intelligence factors that are relevant to working with others. Do you have empathy for others? Do you feel that you know what to say in difficult situations? Do you take other people's opinions into consideration? Do you question why people act as they do, or do you make rash judgments? Do you have a cooperative attitude? Do you include others or rather work alone? Read books about active listening, self-awareness, communication, and social skills. Do exercises to develop emotional intelligence and volunteer in social projects. Everyone works with customers of some sort. Everyone faces some problems with their offered product or service sooner or later. How are your skills in determining the causes of an error? How do you decide what to do about problems? Nowadays, customers expect faster and better replies. User experience is key to success. Are you someone who can make a customer with a problem feel even better about your organization after solving that problem in a friendly, competent, and fast way? Learn and practice troubleshooting methods. You're exposed to troubleshooting a lot while trying to learn programming, for example. You can also fix broken things or solve problems in your environment. Read sources about what makes a good user experience. Are you trying to make life easier for other people? Can you anticipate their needs? Do you support your classmates? Do you make it easy for your professors to assess your assignments and project work? No matter in what position you are, you want to be of service to the person on the other end. Are you constantly thinking about how you can be of better service to other people around you? Read sources about service orientation, communication, and ethics. Ask your classmates and professors how they feel about working with you. For all your work processes, write down what makes a good service. If reasonable, in one of your projects, make a survey to collect feedback data. There are of course technical systems, but systems also refers to processes. For example, in accounting and customer relation management, and how a class is taught from start to finish. Are you able to analyze a system and break it down into its components? Can you define key performance indicators to evaluate the performance of each part? Can you determine how any change to a system will affect the outcomes? Can you choose appropriate actions considering the costs and the benefits? Read about how systems and processes are structured in general and how to measure them. Create defined processes for your daily routines and for the tasks in your team. Improve different aspects of your life by a tiny bit at a time and measure the results. Do you know negotiation and persuasion techniques? How do you feel you've dealt with situations in which you had to negotiate or persuade others? Are you able to bring people together and reconcile differences? How do you deal with your own relationships, family, friends, classmates, and professors? Read books about negotiation and persuasion. Read books about conflict management. Try to fix a broken or difficult relationship in your environment by addressing it with the methods you've learned. Participate in any group activity where you expect critical conversations. I've given you plenty of examples of what you can do to develop the most important skills for the future. So why don't you check out one of my other videos about how to get a student job or how to manage your time in college. Take one step at a time. See you soon.